Hey guys, how's it going? Let's get this show on the road. All right. Just kind of waiting for Facebook Live. Oh, here we go. There it is. Share. Awesome, and then share to a page. Okay, boom. There we go. All right, hey, what's up, me? I just got a new chat thing, so I'm making sure that it works. I'm thinking about trying to do, so this is, and I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce her name, but Pernille, I think her name is, or Pernille, I'm not sure. No audio? There should be audio. Can you guys hear me? Should be pumping out the audio. Oh, your end? Okay. Whew. Whew. Because I'm showing bars that I'm getting audio. Here, let me pull this down. There we go. Okay. Awesome, Vector. So, yeah, so I thought I would, this is the scene that you can get from just right here, this cartoon render scene. And I made the mouse in it, and I was thinking about trying to stay in this scene again. Not necessarily stick with Skin Shade 5 the whole time, but I really like this, this lighter background, you know? So we'll just kind of brighter colors. So I'm gonna see if I can stick with that. Hey, what's up, Dan? Hey, Diego, how's it going? Okay. Hey, what's up, Neil? I love how it always puts an emote in there. It's like a slash face or emote. Pretty funny. Okay. Let's do symmetry. Let's get this blocked out. It's been a while, right, guys? It's been a week. Had a week off. I went to California to a marketing summit for my, just to learn how to get more people to see, like, find out about my course, I guess, my workshop. And that was a very, very fun conference. I don't know if you'd call it a conference, but it was in Irvine, California, which was nice. Hey Eric, how's it going? Let's see. Oh, gotta turn off that spotlight projection. So how are you guys doing? Another Monday. Gotta get this skull looking better. Actually want to flatten it. It's a little heavy. There we go. Maybe like that. Hey, what's up, Nigel? How's it going? How's it going? Just gonna relax this a little bit. Elemental, how's it going? So what is going on your Monday today? What are you guys up to? Are you sculpting anything? All the rage is Game of Thrones, I guess. Nigel, let's see. Do you 3D print your work? And if so, do you use perspective inside of ZBrush? The answer to that is yes and yes, but I don't model in perspective. I only check my model in perspective. So, And yes, I print out most of my work. Not most of it. I print out a lot of my work in 3D. Hey guys, how's it going? There we go. That's looking better. It's kind of fun modeling in this with with this though. What perspective model? Well, it kind of varies. So if you turn on perspective, in my user interface, right here at the very bottom, I have all the camera, the focal distances set up right here. I tend to like 50 or 85, which is closer to orthographic, but I really won't take it past a 35. I won't do the 18-24. They're too skewed. I'll typically just check it out on the 35, you know. So, oh, thanks, Neil. Yeah, you can find it in the draw palette. So right here, you can find them right there. I just put it in my custom menu because I like to change the camera perspective all the time. And then it's pretty cool because now those cameras will match when you take it out of ZBrush into like Keyshot or Maya or something like that. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, anyway, you guys, I wanted to do this, draw this in your style. I met her at CTN, not the drawing, but the girl who painted this, who drew this. I met her at CTN last year. Super nice girl. So I saw this and wanted to model it. The question is because I am worried about the distortion when you 3D print. Yeah, you shouldn't worry about the distortion too much. It's not a deal breaker. At least I haven't found that it is. So, for example, and I show this a lot during my streams, but you can see this pirate girl right here. I printed out a while ago. She's printed out on a Form 2 printer, but I made her in orthographic view, and then I check out the proportions in perspective. So not too bad. UKV, hey, how's it going? Put this in its own poly group and then inflate. Your life insecurity is now fixed. Okay, if that's all it took, then I'm happy to help. I'm doing great. There was not a stream last Monday. I was out of town. Oh, thanks, Nigel. Okay, I'm just gonna make this neck thinner, but let's see, I want it to kind of swoop from the skull down. Hey, what's up, Kim? Yeah, I'll probably be using it soon during this blockout here. Yeah, I miss one stream and the world falls apart. Nah, it's nice. It's good to be loved and missed. And yes, I love that new ZRemesher 3.0. It's nice. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna make the... I'm just going to make a bust of her. I'm not going to make her a full character or anything. Hey Kim, how's the new baby? Congrats, by the way, if you're still listening. What is the material? It's just the material that comes with the project in this folder. So if you go to projects, you'll see this new NPR folder. You can double click on this folder, and it's this lower left white sphere right here. Just double click on that. It's a project. It'll open it up and then load your tool into that project, and it will take on the properties of that. And then it's called Skin Shade 5 right here. But you can't get access to it unless you open up that project, which I need to move it so it's just there by default. But anyway, I just switched it over to Skin Shade 4. There's 5. I just thought it might be fun to kind of model with this shader on and see how I feel about it. So far so good. I don't mind it. It doesn't really show me my sculpt in really crazy, interesting ways, but it does kind of fall across the surface fairly nicely. Oh, thanks, Dan. Hey there. Okay, so I'm gonna square off her shoulders. A little more. Maybe pull them back. Yeah, it's a fun material to play with for sure. So I'm trying to decide if I want to give her arms or just kind of have this big mass representing her body here and just sculpt it out. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. What does the spotlight do? What are you talking about? So right now I'm just using Spotlight as a to load up my reference right here. So I'm using Spotlight to park my reference up in the corner. But the new Spotlight for 2019 is it does a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not really going to get into that during my stream, but there are demos out there showing what the new Spotlight stuff is and does. Hey Diego, yep, this is the Skin Shade 5 that comes with 2019. And I just barely explained how to get to it, but just so you know, it's just in projects in this folder, the NPR folder, and this bottom left project right there. That's how you can get to it. Is it possible to delete the matte cap? I don't know. Probably. Like accidentally or on purpose? Okay. Just gonna pull the eye sockets in a little bit. Oh, Spotlight. Yeah, Spotlight projection does not save with your file. You have to load it. You have to load it in every time. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to Skin Shade 4 for a minute. Yeah, I've never tried to delete it, so I don't know. To model a realistic skull, would this method work? Yeah, you could do if you wanted to. I mean, you just, this is the way I like to start my my style. I like to model stylized characters, and this is how I like to start them, just to kind of help me with my proportions and things like that. Yeah, I don't see why not. Do I use Fusion 360? No, I don't. Thanks, Sandra. Okay, just pulling out the cheeks a little bit. Mm-hmm. Spinning, spinning. Always spinning my models around. Let's get some eyes in there. All right, splitting them off. Let's see. Oops. There we go. I'm going to center that in there. Mark, yes, I will be. Hopefully soon. So I'm just about done. I'm making a stylized hand lesson right now, and I'm almost done with that. And then I'm going to update the bust to kind of be more local symmetry. To talk about 2019 a little bit more. Might be a little too big. Art and Time, the secret is canned air. I just go and it, yeah, it works. Oh, you got your taxes done? Yeah, I just paid mine. Holy cow, that was a hit. Quite the hit. You want to learn ZBrush? How would I advise you how to start? Well, there are a whole bunch of free tutorials on YouTube, and I also teach an online workshop. It's called the 3D Character Workshop, right above here, and I teach beginners in there. I actually have a specific lessons to teach beginners inside of there if you're interested. JJ Motion, I'm trying to work that out. Right now it's kind of join anytime, but you get a buy it now bonus. The buy it now bonuses. I'm still trying to work that out. But yeah, you can go pick it up right now. Just ignore the countdown timer for a minute. But yes, I'm going to have a kind of a buy it now bonus eventually. Let's see. Is the anatomy module out, and will it be for the Monday streams? No, it's for my students, and it's not out yet. I'm still working on it. Can you use Boolean for eyes? I don't know how, or I don't understand why you would do that, but maybe like for the eye sockets, or what exactly do you mean by that? Because I don't want to subtract them out of the head. I just want them, if that makes sense. But yeah, you could use Booleans to make eye sockets with if you wanted to go that far. So I would absolutely 100% recommend some kind of a tablet, a pressure sensitive something, because a mouse is just either it's on or it's off. There's no levels of sensitivity as far as how hard you're pushing on the surface. So I would just get whatever tablet you can afford, and there are some cheap ones out there. Oh, Sophane, right. Yeah, you could. That was an experiment when I did that. It's not what I do every time. I typically just kind of do what I'm doing now when I block out a character. Hey, Basim. Where can I find the new filters in ZBrush and how can I work with them? Well, I'm not using them right now, but basically how you get to them is if you go to render, and they're right here, PBR filters, they're all right here. And these stand for filters, filter 1, filter 2, and it will tell you what kind of a filter it is right here. So this one is a displace filter, and this one is a sharpen filter, and you can add more as you go. And they only work when you have done a BPR render, if that makes sense. So you have to render it out in BPR, and then you can go mess with filters. How do you work on a background like this? Are you talking about the white background? This is just oh, thanks UKV. This is just the cartoon render that comes with ZBrush 2019. And that's how I got this background here. Okay, those eyes might be a little too big. Let me see here. It goes down, okay. I'm talking to myself. Let's get the... Oh, that's not bad. How much, even bamboo tablets, if you don't have anything, bamboo tablets are better than nothing. You can get those at like Barnes & Noble, I think. I might try some, I might try to do Sculptris Pro on her. We'll see. Oh, Bassam, I think so. I do get a lot of messages, so I'd have to look you up and see, but yeah, I think so. Waiting to see how you do the hair on this one. I was thinking about, I'm just probably going to use the Macon hairbrushes. That's been my favorite. And then maybe with some flyaway hairs along with it. I'm not quite sure, but that's probably what I'll do. What is good sculpt when we sculpting hair or using fiber mesh? I typically don't use fiber mesh because I like to print my models, and you can't really print fiber mesh. Okay. So I will, yeah, I will typically just do stylized hair. Yep, Sculptris Pro. I will. Do you consider 3D design a work that establishes a home or just a hobby, and what is taught at the university becomes so? I don't quite understand that question. Well, I think I know what you're talking about. I have done this professionally for 20 years, but I haven't been a digital sculptor for 20 years. I've just worked in the game industry for 20 years as a modeler and an animator. Thanks, Ofori. I try. I try. But sometimes I get overwhelmed. Is it okay to turn on the Sculptris Pro and then sculpt and then turn it off later when you're in remeshing stage? It depends on what your goal is, Christian. You might... So once you turn on Sculptris Pro and you touch the surface, it's going to add triangles. And as soon as it does that, you're going to want to turn off dynamic subdivisions. Otherwise, it's going to it's going to mess it up, because dynamic subdivisions work well with quads and not triangles. So you'll just want to turn that off. As far as like Z-remeshing goes, you can Z-remesh it at any time. And it doesn't matter if Sculptris Pro is on or off, but once you Z-remesh it, you're not going to want to use Sculptris Pro mode anymore. So I typically don't design the characters myself. I follow other people's designs like this one. Sometimes I'll design them myself, but more often than not, I'm modeling someone else's design. Yeah, I think Neil is sharing the reference. I don't know if you can post over on YouTube, Neil. If it's only a speed sculpt, you don't have to even Z-remesh it. You can just leave it in Sculptris Pro mode. You don't really need to... The only reason you would ever want to Z-remesh it is if you're going to pose it, or if you want just your lower levels of subdivision clean, stuff like that. YouTube's hit and miss with the links. Okay. Thank you, Neil. Let's see here. I'm just going to try and make this neck transition a little smoother. Than I normally do. Okay. I think I'm ready to just start going Sculptris Pro with it. It does look like a sock puppet. For sure. Okay, but before I'm going to Sculptris Pro, I think I'm going to pull the mouth. Do I want to pull the mouth in right now? No, you know what? I'm just going to stitch it and go for it. Here we go. Let's duplicate it and save it. Pernille. Okay. My main issue is that I always find myself sculpting in a stretched quad, so I have to dynamesh it again or increase it. But when in Sculptris Pro, I don't have to consider it. So yeah. Yeah, Sculptris Pro is kind of, it's freeing in that way, where you don't have to worry about the surface. You can kind of just go for it. And it just kind of, it'll add the geometry or take it away as you need it. Okay. That's a pretty good time for blockout, like 30 minutes, not too bad. Okay, Okay, let's stitch this together. Remesh by union. Let me check my densities. Let me, I'm going to Z-remesh this before I do it, just to make sure they're all the similar densities. Let's try it. Need to hide the one I duplicated. Okay, that's better. Excuse me. And then I'm going to stitch it. Remesh by union. We'll stitch it all together. Okay, and then we can accept it. And I'm going to try and tessimate it. Yeah, thanks, Neil. You're always like, do you have that saved? You've watched my Instagram and it's very cool. I have a question. There are some pictures of characters that seem very realistic. Do you use coloring in ZBrush? Yes. Yep, it's just poly paint. You just paint on the surface. Jess, if I want to get into the gaming industry as a modeler, learning ZBrush is a must, or knowing Maya only I have a chance. Most of the studios use ZBrush nowadays. Is it necessary? It's almost necessary. I would, because I modeled in Maya for most of my career. I've only been using ZBrush for the last 6 years, maybe 6 years, something like that professionally. So the industry has kind of gone over to using ZBrush. Yeah, Alex, I tried that. Yep, the Notre Dame Cathedral is it in France, is on fire. Crazy. Okay, I'm going to try and tessimate this. Tessimate. Tessimate will just change your entire model into triangles. Let's see, I Z-remeshed a low poly work with 2, and it became low and rough instead of smooth. Yeah, that's just kind of the process of how it works. It's kind of hard to explain when I'm in the middle of doing this, but if you watch some of my past streams, you can see exactly my process that I do when I use Z-remesher. But I'm using a different technique today. There's so many different techniques. Okay, so that's not too bad. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go down a little bit. Okay, so this is the surface. It doesn't change it to all triangles, but it lowers the quad density. I think before I do that, I'm gonna subdivide it once, just to make it smoother, then delete the lower, and then tessimate that, so I don't get those polygons. Hey Puma, how's it going? Okay, so now when you're working in Sculptris Pro, it's not as smooth of a surface, so you just kind of have to work it a little bit differently. So what's the main technique I should master in ZBrush to be able to work as a modeler? It's not one technique. It is, you need to be able to make a very nice high resolution model, and then be able to make a low resolution model based off your high resolution model, and then transfer all of the detail and color from your high resolution to your low resolution, and then export it into a game engine. It's a very, very, very long process. And like I teach it in my 3D character workshop. That's what I do. I teach you to go all the way from the beginning until the very end, how to take your model all the way through that entire process. So it's difficult to explain when I'm just streaming. So if you're really serious about learning, I suggest you check out my workshop. Take a look at it. So it's not one technique inside of ZBrush at all. Okay, so here's Sculptris Pro. I'm turning it on, and I'll show you what it looks like underneath as I start to smooth things out like this. It's just adding a whole bunch of triangles. So just so you know, that's what it's doing. But I'm just smoothing this out. How can you get in my workshop? You go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com. I'll just show you. So you go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com, and I give away my brushes, my user interface, and my ruler file for free. If you want, you can click right here and get them. That's the user interface that I'm using and the brushes that I'm using. That's what I use every day to make these characters with. And if you're interested in the workshop, just click on this blue button right here, and then you'll be taken to a page right here. And then there's a short 23-minute presentation that tells you all about the workshop. And at the end of that presentation, you will get an opportunity to enroll. Pallavi, there is not really an answer to that. Realistic characters or stylized characters, what's more in demand now? That's not the question you should be asking yourself. You should be asking yourself, what kind of character do you like to create the most? Because your passion is going to reflect in whatever you do. And if you like realistic models more, but you end up going down the stylized character route because you think it will make you more money, your passion's not going to be there and your characters aren't going to be as strong. So there is room for both. And I've done some realistic characters in the past, but I'm a stylized character guy. So yeah, I don't know what's more in demand. It depends on where you want to work and what you want to do. All right, and you guys are absolutely welcome. Yeah, see these brushes down here? A lot of these brushes are my brushes. All the ones with these funky icons right here, these are all a bunch of brushes that I made. Oh, thank you so much, Starvin' Artist. That's a good name. Okay, so I'm just smoothing out these creases, or the where the primitive objects came together, and I can come back in here and pinch. And again, this is what's happening under the surface. This is where my pinch brush just went. It's just adding geometry where I want it. And then I'm going to use my fill brush and just kind of fill this area in right here. Hey, what's up, Jeremy? Made some distracting comments. Oh, no worries. I like the comments. Keep them coming. The reason I like Sculptris Pro mode occasionally is because there aren't really any limits. So that's the upside. The downside is that Sculptris Pro is dangerous because of that same reason. It's really easy to introduce what I call warbles, which are lumps and bumps in the surface of your model. It's harder to keep the surface clean in Sculptris Pro mode, but you're not very limited. Is it important to know anatomy? Oh yes, for sure. Very, very important. Yep, warbles. Okay, let's see. Just gonna focus on, I think I might try the detail brush with this. Warbles and shards are friends, I think. Warbles and shards, warbles and shards. Just adding some eyelids. Hey, what's up, Sean? Once you remesh and retop, does that get rid of the warbling? Actually, it does. So, and it does a really great job. So you can kind of ignore some of the really fine surface warbling that you get. But if you were to retopologize this by hand after the fact, and then you subdivide it, yes, that's what will get rid of all the warbles, and it'll make it clean for sure. It's a great question. Detail brush versus Damien Standard. This is just my Damien Standard brush. It's a little smoother when you go around corners than the Damien Standard brush. I haven't really tried the Damien Standard 2 yet. I need to. I don't know if you guys have. Puma, I don't really look at portfolios while I'm streaming because it's kind of a disservice to everybody else that's watching. So if you want me to take a look at your work, if I have time, I would love to. If you want to send it to shane.olson@3dcharacterworkshop.com, I'll try and take a look if I have time. I'm going to turn the object shadows off. But I may do a stream later where, kind of like Tomas does, and he does some portfolio reviews occasionally. I might do one of those streams sometime. I do them for my students occasionally, but I haven't really done them on. This is the Pixelogix live stream, so I like to stick with ZBrush and Pixelogic and that kind of stuff. Oh, you're liking the course, Sean? Awesome. That's great to hear, man. So are you learning stuff that you didn't already know? Sean is an amazing illustrator, you guys. So if you can, please give him a follow. Check his work out. It's fantastic. And he's a great guy. And he's a ZBrush modeler. So I'm just, I was curious to see if you learned anything new that you didn't already know, Sean. Hey, what's up, Root? How do I use the crease tool? It's kind of like this crease. This is my crease. This is my pinch brush. It essentially works the same as crease. And I'll usually run it along certain things like eyelids like this. You just kind of drag it along and it pinches things together. Oh, Dave, did you ask a question I missed? Oh, Dave Greco. Oh, you're saying Dave Greco does one stream every month, but people have to submit it ahead of time on his Discord. Ah, that's interesting. Okay. I thought you were answering a Dave that had asked a question that I missed or something. I have a personal Twitch channel, but I haven't streamed I haven't done a personal stream on it for a long time. Yeah, so the pinch brush comes with my brushes. Yeah. And essentially I have to give a shout out to the original maker of that brush is, it's just basically Ma cut. It's made by Malachus, and Malachus stops by here every once in a while and says hello. I met him once at the ZBrush Summit. Super cool guy. He's great at hard surface stuff. But if you've ever heard of Ma cut, that's essentially the pinch brush, but I've tweaked it a little bit. You don't know about all that. There's been a lot of new tools introduced that I never learned. You have a great way of laying out all the info. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I do want to get into the spotlight stuff. you know, the ways to make hard surface stuff with the new Spotlight. I just haven't had time yet. I just need to find some time. How can you create the same brush as me? Well, that's a whole tutorial in itself. But there are tutorials out there that show you how to make brushes. But you essentially you can start with a brush, and then you just go into brushes and you start playing with all of the parameters, like under the modifiers and stuff. There's a whole bunch of modifiers under the brush menu that you can mess with. Oh yeah, Christian. Cool. Thanks. I'm glad you are enjoying it. All right. Now let's give her a mouth. I might just mask it out and pull it in, and then let's see. Looks like I'm running out of space. So that's one nice thing about Sculptris Pro mode is if I don't have enough geometry, I can just shrink my brush size and then just hold down Shift and run it over the area, and it'll give me more geometry. Then I can come back in with mask and it'll give me a better edge. All right, let's see how this goes. Yeah, I don't know how to say your name, Goncalo. They work with both. I haven't touched anything. They just work. They're just on by default. I just leave the defaults on. I haven't adjusted any of my brushes to work or not work with with Sculptris Pro. Where can you get the tutorials? Just on YouTube. Are you talking about how to make a brush tutorials? Yeah, I just learned how on YouTube. I know it's probably not the answer you wanted to hear, but that's how I learned. So I'm just smoothing out the mouth cavity because I just stretched the heck out of all these faces. So I'm coming back in and just kind of evening them all out. Making it clean in there. You can't handle the truth. You don't want to know. It's interesting working in Sculptris Pro mode when I'm so used to working in a low resolution Z-remesh mode, which I might end up Z-remeshing this head anyway. We'll see. Really interesting. Okay, so I'm going to come by here and just kind of close her mouth. Not all the way. And then just try and inflate these lips up. Jacob, how many students do I have? I think I have like 900. The last I checked, it was around 900. But they're not all active at once. They kind of come in, do their thing, make a couple characters, and then move on. That's what I should call Like Dumbledore's army. I would love to call my peeps that. That's a good one. Are you using Sculptris Pro mode only for the most important parts of the model? Right now, it's the whole thing is in triangles. So you can see it looks like that right now. Kind of a mess if you look at the underlying stuff. Olsonators. Okay, let's pull this mouth back. Sometimes I don't like the smooth brush to tessimate it. Is it possible to find the recordings? Yeah, they're all on YouTube. So they usually put the recordings up in like a day or two, but so if you go to ZBrush Live, go to ZBrush Live on Google, and then click this first link. You can go to presenters right here, and this is me on the top left, and you can look at past broadcasts and schedule and click on that, and then you can see all of the past live streams. So I just finished up this mouse character 2 weeks ago, and these are a bunch of characters, and let's see, I think this is episode 86 that we're doing right now. Pretty crazy. Whoops. Okay. Is it possible to follow tutorials made in 4R6? Not really, UKV. There's no Sculptris Pro in 4R6, for example. And there's no reason not to update, because updates are free. You shouldn't be using 4R6. If you say I have 4R6, it makes me think that you don't have a legit copy. Just saying. Okay, you guys, I gotta Z-remesh this. I've only gone so far, and I gotta go back to my regular workflow. So I'm gonna duplicate this and Z-remesh it because it's driving me crazy. I'm just getting warbles all over the place, and it looks like crap. Okay, so let's Z-remesh it. Oh, dude, I can't remember. I don't keep track of everybody. Sorry. Well, there's subscriptions and all sorts of stuff that, yeah. Or there's a trial of 2018. Yeah, I think you're on 2018. But sorry, I can't remember everybody's situation. Okay. So let's let me Z-remesh this. See what I get just out of the box. Thanks, Antonio. I might not get a good result. We'll see. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think I do want to put some ear detail in really quickly before I Z-remesh, because I want some of that in there. And what I can do too is I might try to put some polygroups in here. So let me do some polygroups really quick. Let's see, polygroup. I'm going to start with the big face mask. My school would update software once a year, and it was usually delayed an extra quarter because the parent company had to approve the new stuff. That makes sense. Yeah, I know everybody's has their unique situation. Sorry, I didn't mean to blame anyone. It just made me wonder, like, why are you still using that? Okay, Control W. Okay, I'm gonna hide this. Yeah, the gizmo's outdated, and I can't even remember what 4R6 has or does not have. It's been a while. You can't be. Oh man. Okay. Just getting that. Let's hide that. Oh man, sorry. Oh, that's funny. I can sound like an old man. I'm just making groups that I'm gonna Z-remesh later. Yeah, the Quanta, that's a good point. And I think, I don't know, I guess I don't know if they'd give you, if Pixlogic would give you an extended trial. You should ask them. There we go. I don't want to have any rogues in there. Oh, same with on the nose, jeez. Just trying to get those little dots. There we go. Okay. I don't want to have any single little triangles floating out in space. That makes Z-remesher cry. Oh, May 20th. That's not far away. That's soon. You can use 4R6 until then. Pretty easy. You have symmetry. That's harsh. No symmetry. Okay. I'm going to try one more. Across the jawline and down around here. Keep Groups and Z-remesher 3.0, they are friends. They like each other a lot. Hey Sammy, how's it going? Sammy? I'm not sure how you say. Thank you. All right. I think we're good. I'm going to save that. again, just in case it crashes. How do you move a mesh without a rig if you don't pose it? Zima, no, that's totally fine. You just use the T-pose master, it's what it's called right here. And you just use the gizmo and masking and hiding and showing and that kind of stuff. I posed, you can see a bunch of these figurines behind me. I posed a lot of those just in ZBrush without a rig, just using the tools inside of ZBrush. Why do people not take any session on realistic human eyes? I'm sure they do. Oh, you mean why don't they stream? You should try following Brendan. Let me look him up. So I don't know if Michael Pavlovich does realistic eyes, but Brendan right here, this guy, he might do some. He does realistic stuff like this. So you can go watch him and ask him about realistic eyes. Phrase your question. Is it possible for me to follow your creating a cartoon scientist? Oh, that's old. While using 2018? Sure. That's really a really kind of outdated workflow, but it still works, I guess. Yeah, I made that scientist a long time ago. But I guess, yeah, it would still work. Jessup, kind of, yeah. I didn't really block it out using Sculptris Pro. I blocked it out using primitive shapes, and then I did some detail with Sculptris Pro. A little bit of detail. But now I want to keep it smooth, and this is starting to get not smooth. I'm not liking where it's going. I need to have some smoother, lower resolution geometry. This is too high. So I'm going to Z-remesh it. Okay, so keep groups, turn my smooth groups down, and we'll try it and see what happens. Hey, what's up, Mortar? I don't have any, I only have 2 objects. This third stream you've asked the question. Sorry, there's so much chat. It's kind of hard to keep up with sometimes. That is not my favorite. I need to put some more rings around the eyes. Yeah, if I miss your question, I guess post it again until I see it. Shout. Hey! I don't know how you can get my attention. That's Mordecai, you're right. I could. Okay. Putting that. And I want another ring. There. How do you use polygroups in ZBrush? Polygroups are like a temporary selection set. So that's all I'm doing. And you can use polygroups for all sorts of things. And right now I'm using them for, I'm giving the auto retopology algorithm something to follow. So that's why I'm making these rings. Because as you'll see when I'm done, this needs to be a different color, that the retopology is going to follow these rings. Hopefully. I'm just going to try and make this go up and over. Oops. So you notice that with the folders using the merge folder feature, it spits out a merge subtool, but leaves the original subtools untouched. Oh, really? Isn't there an option that you can select that makes it not work that way? No, just if it won't make it faster and easier. It will make the loops go where I want them to. Okay, let's try it again. I'm going to save it though first again. I don't want to lose work. Okay, so let's do this again. I'm going to increase this to 6. All right, we'll try that. Hey, Ofori, how's my grandson? He's doing good. He was just over here this weekend. New folder 1. Ah, that's better. Okay. That's closer to what I want. Except for it's doing some strange stuff through the nose right here. Strange stuff through the nose. So I'm going to Z-remesh that. See if it gives me anything better. Not bad. Same. Maybe I'll just deal with this. Are there tutorials on this software to make a character from scratch? Making, cooking, fixing? Yes. Yep, I am a grandpa, UKV. So not to keep promoting myself, but that's what the 3D Character Workshop is. I teach you how to take a character from start to finish, including how to make a game character. So, but there are also tutorials on YouTube if you want to check those out. 6 stands for 6,000 is why I chose 6. I'm going to put one more loop around the ear right here just to get more predictable results. And Z-Remesher is not perfect, but it's getting better. I actually quite like it. I like the Z-Remesher 3.0 is pretty nice. I just want to put the ear in its own group, so it'll maybe make some loops go around it, hopefully. You're not supposed to point that out, UKV. This big word right above my head, right here. Yeah, that. If you keep asking, I'm going to keep telling you. By the way, I'm going to put one more right in the middle of the eye. There. Okay, let's try it again. Let's go... maybe smooth a little more. And let's go 6 still. 6. That was a good number. Subliminal marketing. You want my course. All right, that's a little better. See, the ears looks better now that I've put loops around there. I don't know if putting the eye in there was that necessary. I'll do it Z-remesh one more time. There we go. Okay, I think I'm gonna work with this. I'm done. I'm done dealing with the craziness. Look at that. That's beautiful. It's like I'm melting. I melted. Let's smooth it back. We got to bring all those details back. Much easier to smooth out this mesh than a Sculptris Pro mesh. For sure. Okay, let's start over again. Not over, but let's start messing with this and making it better. Let's show those eyes. Oh, you guys. All right. I'm just bringing this blue line out to be my eyelid. And then I'm going to push this one in. Having a kind of a tougher time today. I don't know what's going on. I feel like it's a bit of an off day for me. I'm staying in the valley of the suck a little longer than I usually do, which is okay. I'll whisper in your ear. 3D. You want it. If you want to learn characters. Oh, that's the best thing I've heard all day. I have a castle in that valley, the Valley of the Suck. I've posted a flag. I live there. All right, I'm going a little faster than I normally do at this point. I just want to catch up on some missed time a little bit. You live in the Valley of the Suck? I think we all do at some point. Welcome to the Valley of the Suck. That comes from Ryan Kingsland, by the way. That's when I first heard it. It's pretty funny. Funny because it's true. Okay. I always do everything the hard way. But it all usually turns out in the end. I have these poles right here that are driving me crazy. Go away, poles. So I was trying to get rid of. She looks sad. She's gonna cry. Don't cry. It's okay. We'll get you there. His little derpy lips. Derpy lips. UKV, you remind me of that, like a guy standing out in a field. You gonna fix that anytime soon? Gonna fix that N-Gon today? I would if I was you. No. I'm going to leave it just to bug you. Need some music today. Doing this concept, I was thinking of modeling her, but I could never Do it as much justice. Oh, stop, Tenchi. Do it. There's a lot of people doing it. Should give it a go. It's a good one. I just thought I'd give it a go. So far, not doing it justice. Just tell you that right now. As you can see. Maybe I'll get there, but right now, it's not looking too good. I'm going to cut a couple more lines in here. Look at that mess. Yeah, do it better than me. Do it. Now's your chance, because I'm sucking. Okay, I'm going to add some edge loops. And get rid of these stinking pulls, or at least pull them in. Pull them into the eye. Pull them in. And maybe one more. Right there. Okay. Potatoes sounds like a karate type of martial arts, like drunken style, drunken potato. She does not have this large of eyelids. Let's reduce those. Yep, I'm having an off day. It's definitely a Monday today. Usually I'm all right, but today I'm a little. My mojo's off. That's okay. I'm still having fun. That's what matters, right? I've just been lucky. I've been lucky that I haven't had too many off days since I've been streaming. There you go. Yeah, I take one day off, and I get thrown off the bike. What's cool is you can use pinch. You can use the pinch brush to actually move geometry around. So I'm just running it closer and closer to that eyelid. Is this the way I always work? No. Yes and no. I tend to use this lower mesh Z-remesher method, yes, but I don't usually struggle this much. It's been a while. Okay, let's move these down. Let's see. Is light skin shade, the light background, making it harder to see the forms? No, not really, because I'm still just using skin shade 4. It's the same that I always use. It's just taking me longer. What are you posting? I don't even know if I want to click on that, Neil. All right. I'm tempted. There it is. Oh, man. I love it. I love it. Thanks, Neil. Perfect. Oh, man. Thanks. That helps. I'm gonna be laughing about that all day. Yeah, I'm not really presenting a strong case to join today. So, where can you find the past streams? You can just go to Pixelogic, well, ZBrush Live. You can just go to ZBrushLive.com. Well, it's pixelogic.com/ZBrush Live, sorry. And then you click on this presenters, and there's me right here. You can click on past broadcasts and schedule, and you can see all of the past broadcasts. This is a mouse I just finished right here. And then this is episode like 80. I'm on episode 86 right now that you're watching live. And if you go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com, you can grab these free brushes, my free user interface, and I have a ruler file that comes with it. And if you want to see results of my 3D Character Workshop from students themselves, here's all the results right here. So you can check that out. If you're interested in joining the workshop, you can just click on this right here, Shane's Workshop, and then click right here, and you can watch a really short presentation, and I tell you all about the entire workshop. And then at the end, it will give you an opportunity to enroll if you'd like. Okay. She's going to look a lot better when I actually give her proper eyebrows and eyelashes and stuff. Jacob, what got you into 3D printing and what 3D printers do you have? What got me into 3D printing was actually having to do it at my job at Disney. And her eyes are so bulgy. Maybe that's my problem. Bulgyeyes.com. Okay. Yeah, that's what's going on. Okay. We'll get there. What printers do I have? I don't currently own any personal printers myself. But I was anxiously awaiting for the Form 3 to come out as soon as I move. I'm moving to a new place. When I move and I get my office set up there, I'd like to get a Form 3. Hey, what's up, Allison? Okay, much better, I think. Not so bulgy on the eyes. Oh, you want to see the Dino Cowboy print? So that was printed on a Form 3 or a Form 2 by Form Labs for the ZBrush Summit last year. That's right. there's my Yoda. So here it is. So I actually built this guy during the live stream. Let me change the full cam if you can see him. So they actually printed this out in a different material. Has my signature on the top right here. It's like this harder plastic. And then I have this dinosaur. And you can watch all the past episodes and watch me build this guy with the dinosaur during the live stream. And then he just has a key that fits down in there like that. It's interesting because we thought we would have to put a metal wire up through his leg to support him because there's nothing underneath here to support him. But just the key was large enough that it worked, so he's balanced. So. All right. Why am I moving? I'm just moving to, I'm moving back south a ways, about 30 minutes from where I live now. Am I moving to Northern California? No. The most expensive city in the United States. No, I live in Utah right now. And I'm just moving 30 minutes south. I used to live down there a while ago and we just kind of miss it, so we're going to move back. Just going to smooth that out. Give me grief. How's it going, Lucky, by the way? Oh, thank you so much, Guy. Man, I need to copy that and save it. Will you email that to me? That's a good testimonial right there. Thank you very much. Raise this up. Okay. I'm going to change the range on this to 3. I just want to pull her lip up and start to get that pose. It's like a fish mouth. So many adjustments on this one. I think this is one I might do some stuff offline. We'll see. Because sometimes it just takes, you know, putting on your headphones and getting into the zone and no distractions and just focusing and just figuring out where you need to take it. And that's this one's kind of getting to that area where I just need to hunker down and focus. She's getting there though, getting there. More collagen. I'm gonna give her some eyebrows really quick. I think that'll help. She's got this lump right here too. Okay, let's make, I just want to give her some eyebrows really quick just to ground her eyes a little bit. They're interesting because they kind of sweep and get thicker. Then I'll adjust them after. Come on. There we go. All right. Did the stream stop? Oh. No, did not. Okay. Just making sure. Guys got all quiet for a minute. I'm going to split this off to its own group. Split unmasked points. Oh, the chat above my head has died? The day the chat died. Okay. Thanks, Neil. Let me see if I can restart it. Let's see where it stopped. Dino Cowboy. Okay. Huh. That's weird. Well. I might do this. And turn Restream chat off. Okay, so let's try this for a minute. That's what we'll do for the rest of the stream, I think. All right, hopefully that works for you guys. Just temporary fix for now, for today. Okay, so the eyebrows are in there. They're hard to see, but they're in there. They're just sitting slightly underneath the surface. So I'm gonna pull them out. You can still hear my voice though, right? Is that still working at least? I'm not getting any more chat either. Let me see if there's any going on. All right, I can see, okay. I'm gonna try and load it back up. Can you guys hear my voice? I can see on Twitch. I can see you guys talking on Twitch. See if I can reload Restream chat. Hey 3D aficionado, I don't like to mention the price on a live stream, and the reason why is because the price could change. I'm constantly adding to that workshop all the time, and as I add value, I might possibly increase the price, and if somebody watches this stream back, then the price might be different. So I don't mention the price here. Hope you can respect that. Okay, hurry. Okay. Hopefully chat is rocking again. There you go. Okay, I think chat is working again. There we go. Yeah, not gonna do it, 3D. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. If you want to go check it out, you're welcome to. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going on this. Just gonna kind of work her jawline out. Whatever you want to do, man. Yeah, once in a while I get reminded that I'm streaming on Twitch. Man, those eyes are still bugging. Joseph, I'm from Florida. Do you think I want to work in the gaming industry? I should move to California or Canada? No, not necessarily. I live in Utah. I've been working in Utah. I mean, you might have to relocate, but don't relocate until you have a job that's going to actually need you there, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like, there are game studios in all parts of the country and the world, actually. So sometimes you'll have to move to where the studio is, but these days it's just getting more and more where you can actually, outsource or get contracts and work from where you are. You don't have to necessarily move. And studios are doing that more and more. They're allowing people to work from wherever they are. Doesn't really matter. There we go. Whatever. I don't really care, honestly. I really don't care. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Hey, what's up, Ginger Bear? How you doing? Okay, I'm gonna extrude this in, even though it's kind of a weird shape. So much monsters. How you doing, man? No, I'm just moving a little bit south of my current location. Not really going anywhere. How you doing, man? I need to check out that new script, that plugin you wrote. I got to check that out. So you guys, Joe is another streamer on here, occasionally, right, Joe? And yeah, he's a phenomenal character artist, and streams on his own channel quite a bit, and he made this really cool plugin that'll, I gotta try it out. Used to could. I used to could. Hey Joe, did you go to GDC this year? I didn't go this year. I was just wondering if you did. So much red wax. Oh man. All right, thanks for that, 3D. Thank you. I guess when you ask people to respect and then they just don't. Thanks. Welcome to Twitch. Oh, geez. Good job. Hope you feel better. That's awesome. Yay. All right, so just gonna get this ear shape going. Hey, what's up, Ryan? Is my chat still being dumb? Yes, it's still stuck. I don't know what's up with my chat. I'm just going to hide it for now. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. Oh, thanks, Crazy. So, Joe, do you have any new projects or anything you got going? Her neck is off. She's like doing one of these things. Yeah, you know what? I did ask you to not say the price, but that's okay. Whatever. I honestly, I don't really care. You're back on grind mode. Like you got some contract stuff? 3D, it's totally fine. Like I said, it's fine. Well, yeah, sometimes price scares people off, and I'd rather them listen to what the course has to offer and the value that it has before, you know, slapping a price up in their face. Because at the end of the day, I'm a sales, or I'm an artist, not a sales guy. You know, I hate being a sales guy, and I'm like, I'd rather just say, hey, this is what I made, and if you like it and you want to come learn with us, great, fantastic. And if not, maybe someday. It's not about, you know. You're working on a brand for the game company and then also working on the look dev shader in Unreal. Oh, that sounds fun. Has it been a pain? I haven't done look dev in Unreal for quite some time. Push those ears back. A pointier chin. Long in the tooth because I need to figure out what I think people need, not what I want. Yeah. You just described the industry, man. That's it in a nutshell. Yeah, 3D, lifetime access. It's I kind of modeled it after Pixelogic because I really liked the way Pixelogic modeled their business. And also, a little secret, I don't want to keep track. Man, I need to record this. All right. Well, it is what it is for now. I'm going to see if I can get some hair blocked in. I got another 15 minutes, see what I can do. Maybe I'll put the eyelashes on her. That always helps. Thanks, Joe. Dude, you should get in there. Then you can be one of my testimonials. Overnight success, Joe. Took my course and look at this. Look what he can do. Oh man. All right. You guys crack me up. Right? That's a good idea, Lucky. Okay, let me see. I'm just going to block in this hair super rough. Yes. That reminds me, Joe, I pulled a pretty good April Fool's joke on the Pixelogic peeps. So I did a I did a stream on April 1st. And I'm like, hey, would you guys mind if I just do the whole stream in Blender? And they actually were like, well, could you at least show ZBrush a little bit? They were being totally accommodating. But I was like, no, man, I'm not gonna stream in Blender on your Pixelogic stream. All right, what am I doing? It was pretty funny. I had a good laugh. Snake hook. I don't at the moment. I have a little bit, and I want to learn more. Since 2.8 came out, it's got some really cool stuff for like retopologies, UVs, rigging, that kind of thing. I'm curious, mildly curious. Yeah, there's a really cool animated short that just came out called Spring. That's really cool. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. If you haven't, go check it out. Bill, it just, honestly, they're all just tools. I just use whatever I'm comfortable with at the time, and it depends on what the studio wants me to use at the time as well. So sometimes I'll do, I'll do Retopology in Maya and other places. I haven't done it in Blender yet, but I know they have that Retopo Flow plugin that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's just about, it's just whatever you have available and whatever the studio wants you to use at the time is essentially how I choose what I use. I learned in 3D Studio Max a long time ago And I've been using Maya quite a bit since then. Use Moto a little bit. Yeah. I think my favorite traditional modeling package is actually Silo. If you guys have heard of Silo. Joe, have you ever used Silo? It's my favorite. Okay, I'm gonna stretch the heck out of these. Never used it. It's pretty good because it's just a modeler. It's just a modeler. That's it. Kind of like ZBrush is essentially, for the most part, it's a digital sculpting program. Silo is just a modeling program. So it just did a really good job at modeling. I'm going to apply this and then Z-remesh it. It's probably going to be way too dense. Yep. Okay. Let's go down to like super low. Yeah, got a really small update. I think they're updating it now, here and there. My friend Glenn Southern got me into it a long time ago. I always love making hair and it makes them look bald. Bald like me. See, remesh it again. No, not really. ZBrush is the program for sculpting. Okay, she's gonna have a turned back. I think I might just turn her body right now. Why not? I'm not bald, I have a hat. That's what I tell my kids. I'm not bald, I have a hat. That's a good way. I'm not losing hair, I'm getting more. Oh, I'm not going to say that. Fryer tucking it. All right, this is going to twist her neck like crazy. Whoops, wrong way. Fryer tucking it. Yep, yep. Well, you never know what happens when Joe shows up. Starts spouting obscenities. Wow. Because that helped. Joe, I'm having an off day today, man. Need to find my mojo, get my mojo back. Look at that. What's going on with that? Ugh. I'm just, you know, doing one of these. Oh, geez. That's what you do? I can keep her head symmetrical and just pose her body. You know, that's kind of what I'm trying to do. So I can keep symmetry in her head, but just turning her body and not turning her head just looks weird. Because I'm not doing it right. Yeah, well, you know. Some days you win, some days you lose. Mike Black, just because this is going to be it's going to be just for 3D printing only, so I just figured I would, and see, because her hair is going behind her and in front of her, and she's looking to the side, and instead of like putting her hair down into her body on both sides, I figured, hey, maybe I can just, you know, rotate her body and then make the hair go around it as it is and just kind of pose her that way. And if I turn the body, then I can keep the head symmetrical. So that was the thought process behind that whole mess. Yeah, mess indeed. So let's shrink that ostrich neck up. I know, ostrich neck. Yes, I'm not going to answer that question. It's her shoulder. Supposedly her shoulder. Okay, I'll get there. I'm just winging it today. Just winging it. Yeah, she's. See, look at the concept, right? The concept. Let's do one of these. Just one single. Just doing a single out there. Cyclops. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. All right, let's fix this. Yeah, I'll get it there when I'm having a better day. Oh jeez. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Now she's got a hat. No. Yeah, that's I've been told that before, Aaron. It's like it's kind of good to see you not do it exactly perfect every time. And I understand. Honestly, like I said earlier during the stream, I've been lucky during my live streams to have just kind of not been in the valley of the suck for too long during my live streams, but more often than not, it happens. It happens. Because you're here, Lucky. You're my luck. Or you're taking all the luck. I don't think I've had a single model that hasn't looked like crap. Mid model. In my whole career, I think I've had like one or two that have just gone, that have just like worked. Most of them you're like, oh man, I gotta figure this out. It's looking like crap. Yeah, I saw that Notre Dame Cathedral. Super crappy. Wonder what happened there. More volume. I'm sure Michelangelo had bad days. Every artist has bad days. And it's not that you're having a bad day, it's just it takes you longer to get there. I mean, yeah, sure, people have bad days, but it's just a matter of being persistent and keeping with it, experimenting till you find what's working and what's not, and getting there. It's all a process. And then you do it again, and your next model's better. Then you do it again. Your next model's better. You keep improving. I need a drink. Maybe I should start drinking. Right, Joe? Oh. He's probably not here anymore. All right, I need to get that part up here. And then it has this kind of hair comb thing sticking out from above the ear that I'm gonna have to work in there. Only good things come from a day of drinking. Oh, funny. Musicians and drugs. That's, yeah, you needs the substances to help you create. No. Okay. Here, I can put this back down here now that chat's working again. Now that we're pretty much done with the stream. All right, well, we kind of got there. She's got a ways to go before we get her out of the valley, but getting there. Finally making some progress, I think. Maybe pull these, turn symmetry back on, pull this cheek back. Thanks, Tenchi. Yeah, she's getting there slowly. Just a little slower on this one is all. Valley of the Mediocre. That's where I live. I live in the Valley of the Mediocre. Oh, man. Why is it that I picture that Jurassic Park guy welcoming me? Welcome to the Valley of the Mediocre. Yeah, I need to pull that shoulder up as well. And make that flow happen and put her neck collar thing on and give her a collarbone and just make it look like her neck's actually twisted and her shoulders there. Yeah, we'll get there. We will get there. Yep. Anyway, she's got a ways to go. Somebody asking a portfolio question, Angel? Yep, that's true. All right, you guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up, even though I'm not the happiest with how this is turning out so far, but we'll get there, like I said. Yeah, I need to pull her hair. I keep seeing stuff and I want to keep pushing, but thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. It was an interesting stream. I should have a free trial. I kind of do. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so that's pretty much a free trial. All right, you guys, have a fantastic week, and I will see you all next Monday, and hopefully we can figure this out and get her out of the valley of the mediocre. Yep. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. Yeah, we all have our struggles. Don't let your struggles get you down. Just keep pushing through. Let this be a lesson of just keep pushing, and you'll get there. Yep. Take care, guys, and thanks again for hanging out. Thank you, Pixelogic, for having me. And as always, if you want these brushes and this user interface, head on over to 3dcharacterworkshop.com and pick them up for free. Also, if you're interested in my 3D character workshop, you can check it out over there. You can hit the blue button and check it out and see what the 3D character workshop's all about. And anyway, guys, we'll catch you next Monday. All right, take care and have a good one. We'll see ya.